Hi, my name is Fabrielle Rivera, and for the lab midterm questions, I will be doing set 1, question 1. The question is, what is the difference between COVID-19 and corona? And why did scientists take so long to invent the vaccine, as well as what am I doing to keep safe from the virus, and how am I educating others? So there are 7 different strains of the coronavirus, and COVID-19 is one of them. COVID-19 is the third variety or strain of the virus and is said to be one of the worst due to how severe the symptoms can be. The symptoms are similar to SARS and MARS or ASRS or MERS, and those are other strains of the virus. The difference between a virus and bacteria is that a bacteria is a single-celled microorganism that can live in different types of environments, rather than a virus that is much smaller than a bacteria. It requires a living host in order to replicate. So what makes up the COVID-19 is a sphere shape, and it has spikes, and the spikes are the proteins, and the spikes latch on to human cells, and they fuse to the cell membrane, and they just basically manipulate the cell in order to cause it to replicate or produce more of the virus into the system. The reason why it takes so long for scientists to create a vaccine is because first they have to go through a university lab, and they have to test on animals. And the reason why they test on animals is because when animals are infected, they have a similar response as how humans would be if they were to be infected. After they test on animals, the development of the vaccine goes to a company, and then it has to go through several trials. Then they would see if the recipient has the ability to protect from the infection. The way I cope with COVID-19 is to just make sure I wear a mask all the time, making sure I don't touch my face and wash my hands, and just staying at a distance from others. So the other question from set 2, I did how can we reduce struggle time for learning? So many students can struggle when learning, whether it is because of disorders such as dyslexia or dysgraphia. It could be time management, it could be whatever. Students are often pressured or demanded to complete various amounts of work in small amount of times, and it can cause them to become very stressed, and it can lead to procrastination. So students lose focus, they can lose motivation to complete their work, and they can lack in giving their best efforts. So a good tip is to practice retrieval, which is when you have a wide range of materials in different contexts, you can basically be able to retain the information and just to be able to learn the material better. From the third set, I did the 6th question, which is to be able to compare the solar system to the atomic structure or atom structure. So there is 8 planets and a sun. In the atomic structure, there is a nucleus and 8 electrons when you're comparing it to oxygen. So in the solar system, there can be different sizes of stars. They have different size and different mass, just like how in an atom there can be a difference in atomic weight and number. And I just think it's very interesting to see how we are made of atoms and how it resembles to our solar system. And I think it's an efficient way to show or to represent the structure. And I find it fascinating how we can relate to other elements to see how they work and stuff.